here we are in the slow food pavilion, and that's an international club. Also here in Holland, very well developed. Join Slow Food, and here is sitting the leader of the international group. Can you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Roberto Burdese. I am a member of the board of Slow Food International, and I am also one of the organizer of the pavilion of Slow Food in this Expo 2015.
Yeah, you're original Italian?
Yes, I was born and raised in Italy, in Piedmont, in the city where Slow Food was founded almost 30 years ago.
Yeah, and what's the reason you founded Slow Food?
For me, first of all, it has been part of my passion, food and wine. And then after became also a way to try to do something to change the world, not only the food system, but probably through food also to change the world. I've seen in Slow Food the opportunity to spend in the best way my energy. Because in Slow Food, that is a great international network. You know a lot of people, a lot of experience. You can share your experience with other people, but especially you can learn a lot from other people.
Yeah.
It's like this Expo, but where instead of the government, you have the community. Mm-hmm. That is better because it's like, I want to say, it's more real, directly to the point.
Yeah, it's the community itself that creates their own food.
Yes,
yeah?
But especially community that have every day to face the problem of this food system that doesn't work. So even if you are not a food producer, you have to eat 3 times a day. And if you don't like this food system, the fast food system, you have to build an alternative. And if you are alone, it's hard. If you are in your community, it's better. If your community is linked with other community around your country or around the world, you can find easily the answer to the big question that we all have. That is, for us, the food is how to ensure the right to good, clean and fair food to everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's a United Nations proclamation almost, you make, because that's also my opinion. There's enough. The planet Earth gives enough food if we use the planet in the right way. And I'm very concerned myself about the American company Monsanto, who's really making farmers dependent of the seed. They live just for 1 year, and they make them dependent of seed, which maybe is not the good food you are talking about. But what is your opinion about that?
I think that unfortunately, even if it comes from the United States, there's a problem that we now have also in our community. I live in a region where we produce a lot of fruit of quite good quality. And in the last years, there is a new model, a new system, where the farmers bring from the big company the trees, all the chemical product they need, all the instructions. They raise, for example, apples, following these rules, and then at the end, they harvest the apples and they have to give all to the company. Even just a box of apples they can't sell to the market because everything, even the fruit, is owned by the company. Yeah. So they are not farmers, they are like workers in a factory. It doesn't work like that. Mm-hmm. The problem is in Netherlands, is in Italy, is in the US, is in Africa. So that's why we have a great garden in the center of our pavilion, because we want to say to people, we have to move back to our own production. That doesn't mean that me and you, we have to grow our own food, because sometimes it's not possible. But at least we have to know who grow our food.
Yeah.
At least we have to decide that if you grow my food, I want to pay the right price for the food, and we share in some way the decision on how we want to be fed.
Yeah. The innovating system is that on the roofs of the big city buildings you find now gardens, and that's a new trend. That's maybe I was on the last Expo in Shanghai, Better City, Better Life, and all this kind of examples were there also, because people need to live in green, in nature. And also make possible their own food, and even on the roofs of skyscrapers, you see it.
Yes. There is also the pavilion of Austria that is in some way talking about the city of the future and the relation between forest, nature, and the building.
Yeah.
I think that this is not a bad solution, but it seems to me, the last solution. I mean, when we arrive at the end of everything, we will harvest our food on the roof of the building and so on. I would love to try for the last time to have the same agriculture that we had for 10,000 years. And then, if we don't have enough food through this, let me say, traditional agriculture, okay, we will also check other solutions. But as you told before, we are producing food for 11 billion people on the planet, FAO figures, and we are only 7 billion people. We are wasting a lot of food. Mm-hmm. So before producing more, before producing on the roof of the building in the big cities, we have to change our style of food consumption.
You can say waste is not done anymore.
Waste is the first big problem, is the first violence that we are doing against the earth, the mother earth, and also against ourselves. Even the pavilion of the Vatican, it's wonderful, very simple, the message about what we are doing against ourselves. We are decreating. There is the word decreation in the pavilion. We are decreating the planet. We are destroying, but decreating is more impressive to me, because the creation at the beginning of the history of the religion, and now we are at the decreation. It's so more than destroy.
That's the wrong way. So we have to change the way.
Yeah.
But we have to change fundamental. And as Gandhi said, be the change you want to be in the world. I see you as an example of that.
Yes.
If I may say, that's the only way we can do it.
Yes, we as Slow Food, we say that the change starts from ourselves as a single person, and then our family, and then our community, the people that we work with, or the people that we share our time with, and then if everyone starts to change something, then there will be the big change in the world. And the food is probably today the best way to try to change the world, because we eat 3 times a day. And that's why we have the great opportunity to change a lot through food, because 3 times a day we vote with our fork. The hamburger on that side, or
the wheat burger in the Dutch pavilion.
Yeah, for example.
That is seaweed. Yeah.
So we vote with our fork every day.
Yeah.
With our money we finance one industrial monocultural system, or one familiar multicultural system of food production.
I'm from Holland, and you said that Holland is also very active in slow food. And there's a headquarters also in Amsterdam, you told me?
Yes. We have a good group of slow food in Netherlands. We have a project to preserve the biodiversity of Netherlands. Probably there is some product in the picture also in our exhibition. And especially we have in Amsterdam the headquarters of the Slow Food Youth Network. that is the network of the young farmers, chefs, fishermen, shepherds, but also students, researchers, also all the people that can do something to change the food system.
Yeah.
The young network of slow food is the future of slow food, and I hope also the future of the planet.
Yeah.